Yes, if you can support me with the harmonium, will be nice. Yeah, thank you. Mic. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Radhe Shyam Radhe Shyam Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Gora Nitai Gora Nitai Gora Nitai Jaya Gora Nitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Srila Gurudev ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयत्मुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। जन्मादियस्य यतन्वयादितरतश्चार्तेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्मरधयादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत् सूरया तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मा प्रोजितकैतवत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापोत्रयन्मूलनं श्रीमद्भागवते महामुने कृते किं वा पररीश्वरः सद्यो हृदयवृद्ध्यत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तक्षणात् निगमाकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरवो रसिका भुवि भावुका ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नित्यानन्दमहं नौमि सर्वानन्दकरं परं हरिनामाप्रदं देवम् अवधूताशिरोमणिम् आनन्दलीलामयविग्रहाय हेमाङ्गुदिव्यछविसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसाप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णभक्तरूपास्वरूपकं भक्तावतारभक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. I want to offer my respectful obeisances to each and every one of you sitting here. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. It is my great fortune that I am getting an opportunity to serve all of you by speaking Srimad Bhagavatam. We are discussing about Prahalda Maharaj, life and teachings of Prahalda Maharaj. Last two sessions we discussed about Hiranyakashipu and how powerful he was, and we are proceeding further. Tasya daityapate putras chatvahara paramadbhutah Prahlado abhun mahamsutesham gunair mahad upasakah. So Hiranyakashipu, he had 4 sons, and one of them was our Prahlad, Sri Prahlad. Now Prahlad was a personality who was predicted even by the Lord. When the devatas, when they prayed to the Supreme Lord that we are in great difficulty, at that time, the Lord predicted that when Prahlad will be born, and when Prahlad will be chastised, or will Hiranyakashipu will make an attempt to kill him, at that time I will come. So Prahlad was born to Hiranyakashipu, and it is said that he was the reservoir of all the transcendental qualities. Now Prahalda Maharaj is a Mahabhagavata. There are many such sadhus are always there on the planet. There is never a time when sadhus are not there. Even in that time when Hiranyakashipu was ruling, at that time also sadhu was there, Prahalda Maharaj. Although there were so many sadhus were there, but a person who could create an impact was Prahlad. And Prahlad was a reservoir of all transcendental qualities. Now, Prahlad Maharaj, it is said that he had Brahmanya Shila Sampannaha. He had all the qualities. Now we are going to discuss gradually one by one about the transcendental qualities of a great personality like Prahlad Maharaj, a Mahabhagavata. Now, Prahlad Maharaj was a very good person in character, excellent personality. He was pure in nature. His character was very, very pure. And Prahlad Maharaj, he was he always wanted to understand the absolute truth. He was always eager. The great souls, they are very eager to know about Krishna more and more. Although they have heard for years and years. They have studied for years and years. But their hankering keeps on increasing. That is the barometer of, or you can say, how to measure what is our consciousness. How much greed do we have to hear Harikatha? How much greed do we have to study Srimad Bhagavatam? That actually determines the level of our consciousness. So Prahalda Maharaj was very much eager always to hear about the transcendental qualities of the Lord. And he was always in, his senses were always in control. There was never a time that, for some time his mind went somewhere else, or his senses were engaged somewhere else. No. He was very cautious about this aspect. That his mind his senses are engaged in the Supreme Lord Sri Hari. As a devotee, as a practicing devotee, it is very important that we also follow the great and exalted devotee like Prahalda Maharaj. That we should try our best, to the best of our capacity, to engage our mind and senses always in the service of the Lord. It is difficult, very difficult. But we should keep trying. We should always keep trying. And how was Prahalda Maharaj? He was like super soul. It is said that he was like, he was a friend of all living entities. As a devotee, we should also try to become a friend of all living entities. Because Lord wants, what does the Lord wants? That his devotees should represent him. Vaishnavas are para dukha dukhi. So Supreme Lord, how is Supreme Lord? How is his nature? He is kind to everyone, every living entity, and he is the best friend of the all. Supreme Lord, he is the best friend of the all. So we should, Prahalda Maharaj was like that. And he was very respectable. His dealings were very respectable with his superiors. I mean, when he used to meet his superiors, whosoever that may be, he was very respectable in his dealings. And he acted in a very, very menial way. Not that he was very highly in Krishna conscious, so he did not consider anyone nothing. No, although he was very advanced stage, but he was very cautious of his dealings with his superiors. He was very respectable to them. And to the poor people, I mean those who were less intelligent or who were bereft of Krishna consciousness, to them he was like a father. And to equals, he was like a brother. There is also a verse in Srimad Bhagavatam where Narad Muni instructs Dhruv Maharaj about Gunadikan mudam lipset anukroshan gunadhamat maitrim samanat anvishyena natapara vibhuyate. That when we see someone who is superior to us in qualities, we should very joyfully accept him in our lives. And when we see someone who is inferior to us in qualities, in abilities, we should go and help such a person and at least try to bring him on the platform where we are in. And then there is the third is, when we meet someone who is equal to us, we should try to become good friends with them, because we all need friends. So Prahalda Maharaj was completely free from unnatural pride. And what happens when somebody is very powerful, Hiranyakashipu is very powerful personality, was ruling the entire universe actually. Now he was his son, but he had no pride in that. He was conscious about Krishna at all the time. There was no pride within him for his riches, for his beauty, for his aristocracy and so on. So Prahalad Maharaj was a very genuine devotee. And further, it is said that Prahalad Maharaj, although he was born in the family of Asuras, in the demonic family, and many times this question often arises that especially devotees, people who does not know the principles of Bhagavad Dharma, they often question this. How can people who are born, not born in a Brahmanical family, how can they become Brahmanas? This is a topmost example that Prahalad Maharaj, how was he? He was born in an Asura family, and he was the greatest of the Brahmanas. He had all the Brahmanical qualities. Like the Asuras, they are envious of the devotees. But Prahalad Maharaj was not envious. When there was a fight going on between Vritrasura and Indra, when the fight was going on, at that time, our Acharyas comment in the commentary that in this scenario where Vritrasura was fighting with Indra, Indra is Asura and Vritrasura is Sura. Means Vritrasura is like a Devata and Indra is like an Asura. Because of the consciousness they were in. Vritrasura Maharaj, although he was in a body of a demon, Vritrasura, but he was fully conscious. And he was fixed in the lotus feet of the Lord, and he was requesting Indra, please kill me so that I can attend the abode of the Lord. And he was telling Indra, you are not here in this material world. So, and whenever Prahalad Maharaj was put into difficulty, in danger, he was not affected by it, not agitated by it. Because he had Shraddha, unflinching faith that Krishna is the controller of everything. This is a test for all of us in our practicing of Krishna consciousness. That whenever we are put into danger, at that time, what is our state of mind, state of consciousness? Prahalad Maharaj was not at all agitated when he was put into danger. He was like, whatever Lord, whatever you want it to happen, let it happen. In Sikshastakam, we do say, Asli Shiva Padaratam Pinashtamam Marmahatam Karotuva Yatha Tathava Vidadhatulam Pato Mat Prananathas Tu Sayavanapara. Oh my dear Lord, whatever is your desire, let it happen. If you embrace me, you reject me. So Prahalad Maharaj was like that. And Prahalad Maharaj never was interested in any fruitive activities. Fruitive activities means he was not involved in any karma kanda activities. He understood the principle of Bhagavad Dharma. Devotees who are following these transcendental religious principles, we need to understand there are two kinds of religious principles. In the section of Ajamil, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, when Ajamil, at the last moment of his life, when Ajamil was, when he called for his son Narayan, right? At that time, because of the sinful activities Ajamil committed in his life, Yamadutas came. And because he called for his son Narayan, Vishnudutas came there. And there was a discussion between Vishnudutas and the Yamadutas. And Vishnudutas, they questioned Yamadutas about their understanding. They asked very clearly that Ajamil is a Mahatma. And Yamadutas said Ajamil is Duratma. There is no way Ajamil is a Mahatma. And they explained everything. They explained about Ajamil's past life, completely how he spent his life, that particular life. And Vishuddha said, but he also took shelter of the holy name of the Lord. And that's why he is not under the implications of your normal principles. He comes under the jurisdiction of transcendental religious principles. So there are two kinds of principles exist in the world. One is general religious principles for common people, and then for devotees. The principles of Bhagavad Dharma are applied. They do not come under the category of normal general people. They are treated differently by all the devatas. They are treated differently by all the authorities in the entire universe. Yes, they are treated differently. And Vishnudutas, they explain the Yamadutas about the transcendental religious principle about Bhagavad Dharma. Prahalda Maharaja also eventually, gradually, he is going to describe about what is Bhagavad Dharma. We are going to come to that point. So devotees who understand this Bhagavad Dharma Tattva, they should never get involved with any kind of fruitive activities. Prahalda Maharaj, he was never directly or indirectly, he was not interested in any kind of karma kanda activities. And he considered everything material, everything mundane, to be completely useless. And that's why he was free from the desires of material desires. We have to pray sincerely to the Lord. We have to every day, we have to make an effort to pray to the Lord, oh my dear Lord, that please completely remove these desires within my heart to enjoy this material world. There should be a prayer. Srimad Bhagavatam has so many prayers in it. Our acharyas have written so many prayers in it. So we have to either adopt one of the prayers, or we can also compile one of our own. But there should be one prayer which we should always pray to the Lordships. Whenever we go in front of the Lord, we should always chant some prayers. We should always glorify the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam says that we should start taking darshan of the Lord right from the lotus feet. And gradually we should go to the thighs, and gradually we can eventually go to his chest and the lotus face. And then Bhagavatam also says that when we go and take darshan of the Lord, we should glorify the Lord with his different kinds of activities he has performed. Oh my dear Lord, oh Shyam Sundar, you have, oh Krishna Balram, you have, oh Krishna, you have delivered Putana. How amazingly you delivered Putana, you delivered Trinavarth. So all these pastimes which you remember, we should sing that in front of the Lord. We should pray every day to the Lord. And we should recite it to the Lord. Oh dear Lord, you have killed Bakasur, Aghasur. Oh my dear Lord, you have bewildered Brahma. You have bewildered Indra. So I am a very insignificant person. If they are such great people, they are got bewildered. So I am very insignificant. So please shower your mercy on me. And then after glorifying sufficiently the Lord, then you can put forward your request. The dear Lord, you have been very kind to the devotees. Please, I am very insignificant. Please grant me your prema bhakti. For birth after birth, I am in hankering. I am in transmigrate in this world. Please grant me your pure devotion. Please give me the association of your dear devotees. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, in all the prayers, these two things are very common. The two prayers are very common. If you dig out all the 56 or 57 prayers are there of all the great personalities, these two things are very common. First, all those devotees always prayed for association of pure unalloyed devotees of the Lord. And secondly, they also prayed for Prema Bhakti. So these two prayers are very, very common amongst all the prayers in Srimad Bhagavatam. You take out the prayers of let's say Kunti Stuti, Bhishma Stuti, prayers of Prachetas, whomsoever. They always, these two things are very common. So Prahlad Maharaj was a great devotee of the Lord. So we are discussing about the qualities of Prahlad Maharaj. And Prahlad Maharaj was such a personality that although Prahlad Maharaj was a demon, born a demonic family, but Narad Muni is saying to Yudhishthira Maharaj, everyone glorifies Prahlad, including you, Yudhishthira Maharaj. This discussion is going on in Rajasuya sacrifice. Narad Muni is discussing about, in the 7th canto is discussed in the Rajasuya Yagya, and Narad Muni is clearing the doubts of Yudhishthira Maharaj. And at that time, he is saying that Prahlad Maharaj, he is the greatest of the Vaishnavas, and the Devatas, the demons, everyone, they glorify Prahlad Maharaj. And you, Yudhishthira Maharaj, if you also have to cite an example of a great devotee, you will also give the example of Prahlad Maharaj. So Prahlad Maharaj, the great devotees like Prahlad Maharaj, the Mahabhagavatas, they are very special. They come from the spiritual world. And they are not affected by Maya. Maya cannot touch them. Just like Janma Karma Chame Divyam, the principle of Janma Karma Chame Divyam applies to Supreme Lord, it also applies to these great personalities also. From authoritative scriptures, we learn that Prahlad Maharaj, he lives in the Vaikuntha Loka. At the same time, in the material world, Prahlad Maharaj also lives in the Sutala Loka with Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj is the direct disciple of Prahlad Maharaj. Just like Bali Maharaj's father was Virochan, and Virochan's father was Prahlad, right? But Bali Maharaj had two gurus in his life. He was fortunate to have two great personalities. One is Shukracharya ji, and one was Prahlad. But the amazing aspect is, from Shukracharya ji, he learned a lot of things. He saved his life. Shukracharya saved the life of Bali Maharaj when he was killed with the help of Mrita Sanjivani Vidya. When there was a fight between Indra and Bali Maharaj left his body. And so Narad Muni told all the associates of Bali Maharaj, take him to Shukracharya ji, take him to Shukracharya. Because Narad Muni wanted he should live. And then Shukracharya brought him back to life. So Bali Maharaj served Shukracharya by making his instruction his life and soul. And interestingly, his grandfather was Prahlad Maharaj. And Prahlad Maharaj planted the seed of devotion in the heart of Bali Maharaj. Many times devotees question, how can Bali Maharaj be a Mahabhagavat? How can he be one of the 12 authorities? He is a leader of the demons. We can understand Prahlad Maharaj. Okay, that Prahlad Maharaj was a great personality, Mahabhagavat, right? He got association of Narad Muni in the womb itself. So he perfected his life, right? So Prahlad Maharaj, we appreciate, we understand. But Bali Maharaj, the leader of the demons who always fights against Indra, literally whenever we get the news, there is swarganews.com. Do you know this? Just joking. I mean, in the heavenly planets, they always fight. The demons and the devatas, they often fight with each other. And Bali Maharaj, he was regularly associating with Prahlad Maharaj. And Prahlad Maharaj was daily reciting to him Srimad Bhagavatam. daily. And he planted that seed. Nityam Bhagavad Sevya. Externally, Bali Maharaj was doing his duty as the leader of the demons. And within his heart, he was cultivating unalloyed devotional service under the guidance of Prahalda Maharaj. There was a time in Bali Maharaja's life. Amazing, amazing, amazing. When Bali Maharaj conquered Indra, Bali Maharaj became the conqueror of the three worlds. He became Indra forcefully. And the qualification becoming Indra, Bali Maharaj did not have. What was the qualification? 100 Ashwamedha Yagyas. Shukracharya ji was in a very hurry. He said, Bali, we have no time. Let's sit and perform these yagyas. 99 yagyas took place successfully. 100th was going on. And there, Mother Aditi, she also at the same time, she was successful in pleasing the Supreme Lord Hari. And Lord promised her, okay, I will come as your son. And I will give you I will take away everything. So Vamandev came. Vamandev came, he was Upendra, right? The younger son of Indra, younger brother of Indra. But as soon as Vamandev came, he started walking to Bali Maharaj's, because 100th yagya was going on. And the devatas were in difficulty. I mean, they were, the kingdom is gone. Now, Bali Maharaj, after completing this 100th yagya, he is authorized to become Indra. And he is powerful. So our Indra and all the devatas were crying. And Vamandev went walking towards Bali Maharaj. And when Vamandev came in that arena, the Bali Maharaj was performing this yagya, and all these great personalities, as soon as they saw Vamandev, they stood up and they offered respects to Vamandev. And Vamandev was like, he was glowing like hundreds and hundreds of sun put together. He was glowing so effulgent. And Bali Maharaj stood up. Who is this Brahmana? He went and offered obeisances to this Vamandev. He said, how can I serve you? How can I serve you? And Vamandev said, I am here to ask very little things from you. Well, what do you want? You want a girl to get married? What do you want? You want you want some villages? I can donate to you some villages. No, Vamandev is saying, villages is very big thing. I am just asking you 3 paces of land. That too from my feet. Bali Maharaj is saying, 3 pieces of land from Bali? He said, oh Brahmana, don't you know you are coming to Bali Maharaj, to Bali? I have all the 3 worlds with me. And what is your understanding? You are coming and asking me only 3 pieces of land. That too from your little foot. At least you should ask me from my foot. Little it is bigger. I can give you some more land. Vamandev saying, no, Brahmana should be self-satisfied. Just give me this. And the most interesting thing was, this was the test of Bali Maharaj. Now Bali Maharaj had 2 teachings. Shukracharya's Niti was there with him, and Prahalda Maharaja's transcendental instructions were there with him. So between these 2, now Bali Maharaj had to decide. Shukracharya, as soon as Vamandev said 3 paces of land, Shukracharya immediately understood, oh ho, this is Vishnu. Achha. Immediately Shukracharya started giving him Niti class. Shukracharya Niti class. And he said, Bali, please do not give everything. This is Vishnu himself. And if you give yourself completely to him, then as a householder, you and me, everybody will be begging on the streets. What will you do? So use your intelligence. Do not give everything to him. Now Bali Maharaj, after hearing lot of such instructions of not to give, not to give, not to give. Now Shukracharya was the person who brought Bali back to life. He was indebted to him. He had a very crucial role, but he gave him life. And such Shukracharya was telling to Bali, don't give these 3 pieces of land to this Vamandev. And now Bali Maharaj took a pause. And then in his heart he was churning himself. He was churning. And then he remembered the transcendental instructions about Prahalda Maharaj. Right? The seed which Prahalda Maharaj planted in the heart of Bali Maharaj. Right? That seed. What happened to that seed? That seed was growing took the form of a tree now. Because Shravana, Kirtana, Jala, Kare, Sechana. Every day Bali Maharaj was listening Bhagavatam from Prahalda Maharaj. That tree grew and that it took a form of a fruit. And you know what is that fruit? The fruit is that Lord Krishna himself had come at the door of Bali Maharaj begging. And that Vamandev coming there and begging from Bali is the glory of Prahalda Maharaj. It is by Prahalda Maharaj's mercy that in all this adverse situation, Bali was going to get glorified. And that's where Bali Maharaj decided, I will follow the instructions of Prahalda Maharaj. And he rejected Shukracharya and he took up the Sankalpa Patra and said, O Brahman Dev, O Vamana, I offer the 3 pieces of land to you. Please take it. So,
Shukracharya wanted the pot to keep the water coming.
Yes.
And they poked and he lost it one eye.
Yes. That is described also. But Shukracharya ji also is not an ordinary person. Shukracharya ji, when this whole episode was over, for Shukracharya, Bali Maharaj was a client. Purohit, Shukracharya was a Purohit. Shukracharya was Purohit of all the demonic people, right? So he was like, if everything goes, if Bali Maharaj doesn't have money, how will I get maintained? But eventually when everything episode was over and the Lord told Shukracharya ji, perform the yajna now. And he's saying, what you have come, the yajna is fulfilled. What more you want? We'll just chant the holy names and we'll complete the yajna is completed. The result of this yajna is complete. It's you have appeared here. So our Shukracharya ji also knew everything, the transcendental religious principles, but only his adhikar, probably he was not completely absorbed into that, but he had understanding about that. So Prahalda Maharaj was glorified even by the Devatas. The Devatas in the heavenly planets, they glorify Prahalda Maharaj. The Asuras, they glorify. People in the Vaikuntha Loka, they glorify. Everywhere, all kinds of devotees, they glorify Prahalda Maharaj. And it is very difficult actually to list the innumerable transcendental qualities of Prahalda Maharaj. A devotee of the Lord, just like the Lord has unlimited qualities, Prahalda Maharaj or a Mahabhagavata, he also has unlimited qualities. There cannot be, just like Ananta Shesh. When Ananta Shesh is the son of Kadru, and when he was born, his brothers were Vasuki, Kaliya, and all this is all his brothers. But they will all engage in some mundane activities. So Ananta Shesh decided that I should go and perform tapasya. So Ananta Shesh performed tapasya and the Lord was pleased with him. And the Lord said, my dear Anantashesh, can you do a favor to me? I said, yes, my dear Lord. Can you please lift the Bhumandala? I said, yes. And he said, how many years, my dear Lord? How much time? 1 year, 2 year, 3 year? Oh, Lord said, okay, you can hold till the time you just glorify my name, fame, pastimes and qualities. As soon as they get over, you keep it down. Our acharyas are telling that Anandashesh must have calculated the atoms in the atoms, small atoms. Or Anandashesh must have calculated the dust particles which are present in this universe. But it is very difficult to completely glorify Lord Sri Hari, and Anandashesh is still glorifying. So same is the glories of the great devotee, pure Anala devotees like Prahalda Maharaj. They are also such glorious. Maya also cannot touch them. They are great personalities. So, Prahalda Maharaj was never interested in cricket, football, rugby, what is popular here, but Prahalda Maharaj was never interested in childish playing things. He did not give any heed to that. It is very important that, I have 3 kids. It is a big challenge how to make them Krishna conscious. Although we stay in Vrindavan, it is a very Krishna conscious atmosphere, but it is a big challenge to keep them Krishna conscious, because they also want phone, this and that, and this modern era of technology. It's very difficult. So, and we see that naturally they are inclined. But here we can see Prahalda Maharaj was not at all inclined towards all this sports and other activities. His mind was affected. His mind was affected by Krishna consciousness. Just like if you go to any astrologer and you ask the astrologer, he will say, oh, the Saturn in your Kundali or Rahu and Ketu are troubling you. And they will give you some calculation probably you might not understand. And because they will give some answers, some vague answers, that Rahu, Ketu, they are in this house, that house, Shani is in this house, that house, and because of this there is a whole confusion in your life. And then they will check, oh, this Mahadasha is going on. And this Mahadasha is till 2032. I said, oh, then we are saying, oh, this Mahadasha is in my life till 2032. That means we start calculating, oh my God, so many years I have to be just like in this situation. Devotees, devotees should not depend on these scenarios, because their life is controlled by Krishna. If you want to depend on fate, then you depend on fate. But devotees, they depend on Krishna. So Prahalda Maharaj was like that. Prahalda Maharaj was influenced by a planet called Krishna. Just like a person gets mad when he is in the material world. There is a scenario when he gets influenced by the Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. He cannot make advancement in any activity. The astrologer will tell you, Papa, you will not get job, or you will not get married. This birth you will not get married, or this you will not, Baba, you are not meant for job. The astrologer will say a lot of things. Then they will say, Baba, business, what business? There is even if you do business, then can I do business? No, business also you won't be successful. Then what should I do? So Prahalda Maharaj was influenced by the supreme planet Krishna. And because of that, he could not think anything else but Krishna. So we should also try to get, in our chart, we should try to bring Krishna planet. Because if that comes in, then we will also not be worried about all these things. This is a sign of a Mahabhagavata. If you want to become a Mahabhagavata, if we want to become a Bhagavata, we have to follow in the footsteps of Mahabhagavata. This Srimad Bhagavatam, this is Srimad Bhagavatam. Complete Srimad, only shlokas, and it travels with me across the world. This has sat on the lap of Vyasadeva in Badrik Ashram. It has sat on the lap of Shukdev Goswami. It has sat on the lap of Sutta Goswami, Naimisharanya. It has traveled with me everywhere across the world. So this Srimad Bhagavatam, this is not a dead literature. It is alive. It is alive. It is alive. Srimad Bhagavatam is alive. You know, alive means it has life. And through the medium of Srimad Bhagavatam, through the medium of this Srimad Bhagavatam, we can associate with whom? We can associate with Vyasadeva. We can associate with Shukdev Goswami. We can associate with Maharaj Parikshit. We can associate with Sutta Goswami. We can associate with 88,000 rishis of Naimisharanya. We can associate with Kunti Maharani. We can associate with Bhishma Pitamaha. We can associate with, in the 4th canto, Prahalda Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, Prahalda Maharaj, and Rishabhadev. All these great personalities are here, alive. Through the medium of Srimad Bhagavatam, we can always remain in touch with all these great personalities, associate with them directly. Prabhupada ji says, in the 5th canto, I can show you the verse tomorrow probably, he says, either 24 hours chant Hare Krishna or 24 hours take shelter of Bhagavatam. Person Bhagavat or book Bhagavat, both are potent enough. Person Bhagavat, when you associate with the Mahabhagavata, or if you associate with Srimad Bhagavatam, both are potent enough of granting us Prema Bhakti. Srimad Bhagavatam, it has 3. Padma Puran says 3 miracles happen when we take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. You want to know this? 3 miracles of Srimad Bhagavatam? First thing, when we associate with Srimad Bhagavatam, first thing it happens is, all our doubts are cleared. Unless if we have doubt in our heart, we will not have unflinching faith. Atut Shraddha. To have Atut Shraddha, all our doubts have to be cleared. And Srimad Bhagavatam is full of questions and answers. Questions which may have or questions which may do not have, all are answered here. Everything is. Second thing, Padma Puran says that karma is slackened. Karma bandhana is finished. Because if you are coming in contact with Krishna, in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam, karma bandhana is finished. Because you are hearing, reading, speaking about it. Karma bandhana is over. Third thing is, what has happened is, Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krute Kimva Paririshvaraha Sadyo Ridi Avrudyatra Pratibi Shushubhistakshanat. What happens is, by the Vyasadeva is saying this in the 2nd verse, by the culture of this knowledge, the Supreme Lord gets established in the heart of that devotee. That means Prema Bhakti. The Lord gets captured by the devotee. So this is by regularly associating with Srimad Bhagavatam, one has to study on daily basis. Very important. Hearing is there and studying also. And then we shall try to glorify it. These 3 ways of serving Srimad Bhagavatam. So by regularly associating either with the Mahabhagavata or by associating with Srimad Bhagavatam. One might say, oh, I'm not getting association of great souls. Srimad Bhagavatam is there, you study Srimad Bhagavatam, all the great souls are there. So, further, Prahalda Maharaj, he did not also know how the bodily necessities were taken care of sitting, walking, eating, lying down, drinking, talking. He did not know how it was going on. It was just going on. Example is given like a small child, a newborn small child. He does not know how his need of eating, sleeping, lying down, passing water and evacuating, everything is taken care by the parents. right? Doesn't know. The child doesn't know. Similarly, when we are so absorbed, when Prahlad Maharaj was so absorbed in Krishna's remembrance, that he was not knowing how these other activities are going on. So Prahlad Maharaj was like that. Lord Govinda was, Supreme Lord was taking care of Prahlad like that, in that way. So Prahlad Maharaj is the example of perfection in Krishna consciousness. And then Prahlad Maharaj used to exhibit transcendental symptoms. He used to cry sometimes, he used to laugh, sometimes he used to express his jubilation, sometimes he was very, very sad. So what used to happen was that, just imagine like a mother, when for a child, when the mother is away, right, the child cries for her association. If you just leave the child like this, just leave it alone, when he sees nobody around, he'll start crying. And as soon as the mother comes and the mother touches the child started to laugh. He feels relief, right? The same was the situation with Prahlad Maharaj. He was so absorbed that he always saw Krishna around him, with him. So whenever he was very closely, he was seeing the Lord, he was very happy. The Lord used to touch him. He used to touch the Lord. He was feeling ecstatic symptoms. And whenever the Lord used to go away, Prahlad Maharaj used to cry. The Prahlad Maharaj used to cry like a small child. So these are the symptoms. These are the great symptoms that Prahlad Maharaj would call out loudly in great full anxiety. When Prahlad Maharaj used to remember some pastimes, or he used to see some pastimes of the Lord, he was very, very happy, ecstatic. So such Prahlad Maharaj, it is said that such Prahlad Maharaj was been troubled by Hiranyakashipu. What was the point of explaining all these qualities? That such great Prahlad Maharaj was troubled by Hiranyakashipu. Last two sessions, we are hearing how powerful Hiranyakashipu was. Today we heard how powerful Prahlad Maharaj was, right? And now we are going to hear how Hiranyakashipu tortured Prahlad Maharaj and how did he dealt with it. Which Prahlad Maharaj? This Prahlad Maharaj, who is a Mahabhagavat of the Lord, Mahabhagavat Bhakta. Now, Yudhishthira Maharaj, when he understood from Narad Muni, right, that Prahlad Maharaj is going through such pains. So he wanted to understand that if a parents get such a son like Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj is someone's son, then they should be very happy. And parents naturally, they will not like to trouble their children or kill their children. So Parikshit Maharaj wanted to know, Yudhishthira Maharaj wanted to know what exactly happened that Prahlad Maharaj was tormented and troubled and attempts were made to kill him by Hiranyakashipu. So this we'll discuss tomorrow morning. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Any questions? Yes, Prabhuji.
You said one of his qualities of Prahlad Maharaj was he was devoid of unnatural pride.
Yes.
What is a natural pride?
Prabhupada translates in that way. Unnatural pride, which is yes. And our pride is that we are servants of Krishna. And this he said the pride arising from the name, fame or opulence or beauty or all these things. So Prahlad Maharaj is naturally free from it.
And did Prahlad Maharaj attain Shuddha Bhakti by the grace of Hiranyakashipu? Nrsimhadev?
He attained Prema Bhakti by the mercy of Narad Muni. That will come.
Yes, but at a certain point, Nrsimhadev asked Prahlad Maharaj, what can I do for you? What do you want?
Yeah.
And finally, he said, I don't want nothing material.
Yes,
I
yes.
have everything.
Yes.
But what I want is, I want bhakti. And Nrsimhadev said, but you have already bhakti.
Yes.
But it was Shuddha bhakti or
Yes, he was
Uttama bhakti?
He was Uttama Bhakti. He was already having Uttama Bhakti. A devotee who has Uttama Bhakti will never say, I have Uttama Bhakti. So he will always consider himself very insignificant. And when the Lord is coming, how can we say, oh Lord, I am your Uttama Bhakta? No, he was, I am very insignificant. But when Lord Nrsimhadev asked him, oh Prahlad, please ask for some benediction. At that time he got really disturbed. That you are asking me to do some business, contract. I am not doing business with you. I do not want anything from you. I have everything with me. I have your remembrance. I have your name, fame, pastimes. I just remember that. And I am very happy with it. I am not into business. So devotees should not do business with the Lord. You know, this unalloyed devotion, when we practice this, it has so much happiness and so much power. So much power. Power to conquer the Lord. Bhakti for name. Actually, this is very subtle. But we have to carefully analyze ourselves. Are we doing bhakti for name, fame, pratishtha or recognition? Or we are doing bhakti for bhakti? That we have to, because subtle level we have to reflect in our own heart. What is our aspiration for bhakti? Is it the name? That people should recognize me? Is that the fame? Do I want to be famous? Is this name fame pratishtha? Do I want people to recognize me? Am I doing my devotional service? Is my goal pratishtha? So we have to analyze ourselves and we should come out of it. That analyzing is very important, that point. So that is a deep reflection. One has to go very deep inside our heart, because we only know ourselves. And then we should try to be free from it. We should analyze our problem. One of my very closest friend, he was an astrologer. So I consulted him. Fortunately, I have 4 good friends and 4 of them are astrologers. All 4 of them. So I don't talk to them about astrology at all. I just talk everything else to them. But this friend of mine, he told me that all of them, they told me, just study, just serve Bhagavatam, that's it. Because all were devotees. And this person told me something beyond. He told me, give up the desire even for recognition. And he told me, reflect in your heart. For your aspiration, although you are doing everything nicely, but try to check in your heart if that is stopping. So that's where the self-reflection came in. And really transformed, after that discussion with my friend, it really transformed my, So I'm just honestly sharing with all of you. I am also a conditioned soul who is trying to do his best. Any other questions? Yes, Prabhuji.
Forgive me, I not speak English.
No problem.
You say about Ajamila Prabhu.
Yes.
Many times I was look for some information and about his previous life. His previous life is so important what is happened now.
discussion between Vishnuduta and Yamaduta.
The previous life means the life he spent.
Putana the same.
Putana's life is mentioned. Ajamil's is not mentioned. I have tried looking for it, but Ajamil's previous life is not mentioned. So I cannot say. I know though, I mean, I have read about Putana's definitely. I have, so that is definitely there. But I have not come across Ajamil's past life. I tried to look for it, but never came across. Even Prahalda Maharaja's past life means there is a past life of Prahalda Maharaj also, but do not get confused. There is an explanation given to that. That in the previous life there was a young boy who was mad in love with someone, and he was they were in forest, and accidentally they happened to spend their night in the Narasimhadev's temple, abandoned temple of Narasimhadev, and it was Narasingh Chaturdashi, and they fasted for that whole day and night because the situation was like that. And then this is mentioned in Narasingha Puran. This is Narasingha Puran only. This is mentioned in Narasingha Puran, and that's how this boy took birth as Prahalad. It is said like that in the next birth. But there is a Vaishnava Acharya's understanding of this is that there is an eternal associate Prahalad, and then this is the boy. They both were in the same body. Just like in Mahaprabhu's Leela, there are two person in one body. So this is the same principle that the fortunate soul, he also got an opportunity, and also the eternal associate of Prahalad were also there. So this is what our Acharya explained.
So Narad Muni was instructing Prahalad Maharaj, not specially about Nrsimhadev, but about Narayana.
No, Narad Muni was, Nrsimhadev is Krishna.
Yes.
So Narad Muni was talking about Srimad Bhagavatam. He was talking about in general about Krishna only. And Prahalad Maharaj was attracted spontaneously to Lord Krishna only. His spontaneous attraction was also Krishna. And Krishna only took the form of Narasimhadev. Because that's what it is explained. This we'll come to this discussion in our discussions. We'll come to that point. Yes. You first.
I read that, and I want to confirm with you that the Prime Minister stayed a long time in Jerusalem, very long time.
Yes.
10th of century.
Because his mother Kayadu, she wanted to deliver the baby when Hiranyakashipu was present, and Hiranyakashipu went for performing tapasya. Right? This is the second tapasya. One he did for Brahma, right? Then there is another tapasya that is mentioned. He also did tapasya for Lord Shiva. Okay, this is mentioned in Narasingha Puran, and because his sister, Hiranyakashipu's sister, Holika, she chastised Hiranyakashipu, saying that when you did so much tapasya, you brought Brahmaji in front of you, and what this nonsense benedictions you got, that I will not kill in the day, not in the night, this not, that not, that. This is a benediction. Now you perform tapasya for Lord Shiva. So Hiranyakashipu also performed tapasya for Lord Shiva, and this is what is mentioned, and that is the time when Indra attacked the house of Hiranyakashipu, and he kidnapped Kayadu. And when he kidnapped Kayadu, at that time Narad Muni came to rescue. Narad Muni said, Indra, even if all of you put together, even include Brahma, include Shiva in your team, you cannot do any harm to Prahlad, this little boy in the womb of Kayadu. He said, how? Why? Because in the womb of Kayadu is the greatest devotee of the Supreme Lord Prahlad is there. And so he instructed that you have committed offense against the devotee. So circumambulate the Kayadu, Mother Kayadu, and then you leave. And Indra followed the instructions of Narad Muni, and he left. So Kayadu, Narad Muni brought Kayadu to the ashram of Narad Muni. Had no ashram, but Narad Muni, Narad Muni had so many friend circles, right? So they have ashram. Some people question that Narad Muni had an ashram. So Narad Muni had no ashram. Narad Muni had a curse that he cannot stay in one place. How can he take ashram, build ashram? So he was free from the headache of maintaining an ashram. Right? So, but Narad Muni took her to an ashram, and where Narad Muni was spending quality time with Kayadu. I mean, in terms of she was serving Narad Muni, and Narad Muni took this opportunity to narrate the Srimad Bhagavatam to Prahlad, and that's where Prahlad Maharaj heard everything in the womb. And then Narad Muni told her that you can deliver your child in this ashram. This is a very sattvic environment. He said, no, I want to deliver this child when Hiranyakashipu comes back. So he waited. And when Hiranyakashipu came back, so he actually thanked Narad Muni for protecting Kayadu. So Narad Muni was who was roaming very freely in Hiranyakashipu's rule, and Narad Muni also used to say Jai Hiranyakashipu. They used to. It is said, the Bhagavatam says, Narad Muni says that I used to also glorify Jai Hiranyakashipu. But Hiranyakashipu respected Narad Muni very much because of he helped his own his son. But later on he started hating. Later on, when he realized, after some time, when Prahlad Maharaj manifested symptoms of devotional service, he realized this is all because of Narad Muni. Any other questions? I think, yes, go ahead.
Maybe you know the history, some history explain why Prahlad Maharaj was born in the family of Asuras. Narada Muni took some body of some small bird.
Like that, there are so many explanations are there.
Difficult to say. When the time of Tapa of Hiranyakashipu.
Yes.
In order to
Yes.
some
Yes.
body of small bird, and he started to chant the mantra Om Namo Narayana.
Yes. That's so many things are there.
You know the story?
Yes, I know. But like that, so many such stories are there. But it is not in Bhagavatam, and our acharyas also in commentaries they don't mention. So we respectfully, we don't say it is true, and but we don't narrate that because it is good to stick to the conclusions of our acharyas. That is always best. Like that, we have so many stories about so many things from the Bhagavatam itself. So we have to be very careful. There is something called as Devi Bhagavatam. You are aware? There is something called as Srimad Devi Bhagavatam. Yes. And it has also 18,000 shlokas. But it was compiled by Markandeya Muni.
From Srimad Bhagavata, you said about the three symptoms of association with Bhagavatam. If I could understood, one was with that we lose the doubt. Doubt in English.
Yes.
I remember Kapila that said, for example, Sam Shayat Har Paryaso. The doubt is a quality of intelligence. How to understand?
Doubt is
It is quality of intelligence.
quality of intelligence. Acha, acha. Doubts are there in our doubts are there, right? It may be through intelligence or whatever that is, but the doubts are there. Then, like for example, if a husband and wife they doubt each other, they have trust issues, then then there is no love, right? Then they always have problems with each other. If the husband is doubting the wife and the wife is doubting the husband, either of cases there will be problems. So then there is no love, there is only doubt. Then the small thing there will be doubt and there will be. So similarly in our Krishna consciousness also, if we have doubt about the about the Supreme Lord's like Supreme Lord is the ultimate benedictor, he is the Bhakta Vatsal, he takes care of his devotees. So if someone has doubt about Supreme Lord, that if he will protect me or not protect me, so that ashraddha is there. That ashraddha, it is what we are talking about, that ashraddha will go away by associating with either with person Bhagavat or when we take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. That will get converted to Shraddha. That is what we are talking about. The doubt has to be cleared. Otherwise, what happens? Let's say, for example, if there is a doubt, if our by hearing about Krishna, his name, his fame, his activities, what happens? About his dealings with his devotees, we completely, give away all the kinds of misconceptions we have about bhakti, about the science of devotional service, and eventually, gradually, our faith increases day by day. We hear more, read more, and we associate with devotees who has unflinching faith. When we associate with people who have unflinching faith, when we do that, what happens? We also become like them, and eventually that transformation comes. And all the doubts are eradicated. So Bhagavatam, by studying Bhagavatam, by hearing Bhagavatam, all the doubts are eradicated. And also by associating with people whose life is Srimad Bhagavatam, also the same thing, our doubts are eradicated.
I beg your pardon if I ask this question. Is the Srimad Bhagavatam self-sufficient? As Jiva Goswami said, that without Sandarbha or any other scripture like Gopal Champu, Brihad Bhagavatamrita, we cannot fully understand Srimad Bhagavatam.
Srimad Bhagavatam, transcendental knowledge is revealed in the heart. Okay. In our Guru Puja also we sing. What do we sing? I just forget that line. Divya Gyan Hridaya Prakashita. So this transcendental knowledge is revealed in the heart. So Srimad Bhagavatam, good you brought that point, Prabhuji. We have to develop relationship with Srimad Bhagavatam. Such relationship, in a submissive relationship, you should be such submissive, and we should hear Srimad Bhagavatam, study Srimad Bhagavatam. What happens? Srimad Bhagavatam starts revealing itself. Srimad Bhagavatam speaks with you. It answers your prayers. It is everything. When you are studying sincerely Srimad Bhagavatam, it reveals hidden secrets. It is there, but we might not have adhikar to enter, so he gives us that adhikar to enter into that pastimes. Right? Srimad Bhagavatam is sufficient in itself. I am not saying Bhakti Siddhanta said, Prabhupada ji said. If all the books in the world are destroyed, only Srimad Bhagavatam remains, it is sufficient in itself to guide the entire humanity. So it is sufficient in itself to guide us. And we can, yes, Gopal Champu is also Srimad Bhagavatam. Sandarbha is also Srimad Bhagavatam. That anything, any Krishna Katha coming out from the lips of a pure devotee is Srimad Bhagavatam. Chaitanya Charitamrita is also Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Yes.
I speak English not very well. Chaitanya Charitamrita is Bhagavatam also. Continue Bhagavatam, explanation of Bhagavatam.
Yes, Chaitanya Charitamrita is explaining what is Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna's name, fame, pastimes are there, right? So Chaitanya Charitamrita explains Chaitanya Charitamrita with the help of Srimad Bhagavatam and the writings of the other Goswamis. So Chaitanya Charit is explained. The life and teachings of Lord Chaitanya is explained by Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami, taking the help of Srimad Bhagavatam and other associated literature. So in that principle, Chaitanya Charitamrita is also Bhagavatam. Chaitanya Bhagavad is also Bhagavatam. So everything which is explained about Krishna's name, fame, pastimes is Bhagavatam. Principally. Yes. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. See you all tomorrow morning.
We can do like French translation, devotee can see.
Yes. No problem. If they want. Thank you so much. Yeah, can you turn off the recordings?
Maybe after class.